The sea didn't forgive uncertainty. For centuries, ships crossed vast oceans without truly knowing where they were. Maps were detailed, stars were familiar. But time slipped. A few seconds lost meant miles misplaced, and miles misplaced meant ships that never returned. Entire crews vanished, not because they were careless, but because the world had not yet learned how to keep time still. This problem had a name: longitude, and it humiliated the greatest minds of the age. Astronomers searched the skies, mathematicians filled pages with equations, empires offered fortunes for a solution. None worked. Far from the observatories, away from the debates and the prestige, there was a man who didn't look upward at all. His name was John Harrison. He was not trained in science. He did not belong to any academy. He worked with his hands: wood, gears, springs, a carpenter. While others searched for answers in the heavens, Harrison stayed in his workshop, quiet, patient. He believed the problem wasn't the sea or the stars, but time itself. Clocks failed at sea. They warped, they slowed, they lied, and Harrison couldn't accept that. So he began again, and again, and again. Years passed inside that workshop. Failures piled up. Wood replaced metal. New mechanisms were invented, then discarded. Not because he was encouraged, but because he couldn't stop listening to the question: what if time could be trusted? When he finally brought his solution forward, it didn't arrive with applause. It arrived with doubt. His clock worked, but it didn't look like the answers scholars expected. It wasn't celestial, it wasn't theoretical, it was practical, and that made people uncomfortable, so they delayed him, tested him again and again. Time, the very thing he had mastered, passed mercilessly for him. Harrison aged. Recognition didn't come, only silence, but the clock kept working. And because it worked, ships stopped guessing. Routes became precise. Voyages became survivable. The world began to move with confidence. Global trade, exploration, modern navigation, all of it quietly aligned itself to the patience of one man no one wanted to trust. Harrison didn't change history loudly. He changed it accurately. He didn't conquer oceans. He measured them. And sometimes, that is the loneliest kind of heroism. Some people carry answers their entire lives, without knowing if anyone will ever ask the question. John Harrison asked it anyway, and the world moved differently afterward, even if it took a long time to notice.